What's a millisecond or 1 second? If it
Some amount of time.
If Sweet Love finishes within a second of another racer, we'll look into it. But we have the official SRL times, so I'm not too worried about it.
Ties with trails by 1 second.
That'd be great. So we got Palace 5 on the south of the starting location. We got Palace 2 north of the starting location, and now we're going to explore Arctainer Cave. RCS, being one of the top racers in Zelda 2, already has a little bit of a lead on everyone. But a few seconds are going to disappear pretty quick over the course of a race.
It's mostly exploration in the first 10 minutes every time.
Absolutely.
It's never interesting the first 10 minutes. It's only like the last 30.
You've
like
got
the 2 or 3 palaces you have left before GP is when it starts to really kick.
Oh my gosh, they have a raft already. Okay, this is interesting.
Oh my god.
Because that opens up basically the whole dang world to them, unless they're like blocked out of the raft location. The port or whatever you want to call it.
I'm a little curious. Has there ever just been a boulder right at the end of the raft when you go to the other side? Has that ever happened?
On the other side, probably not. I don't think there are any boulders on the other continent.
No, but like, what if the randomizer set a boulder right at the port of the raft on the other side, so where you couldn't even explore? You had to have a hammer to get around.
I haven't seen that because I don't think the randomizer puts boulders on the other side. Oh,
No, it'd be funny if it could.
But it could do that with the River Devil, so you need the flute. That would make it feel even more useless and arbitrary.
That'd just be trolly at that point.
Yeah. Hello, Other Shadow. What's up?
We should get Dig Shake to, basically do something like that, putting a River Devil right at the other end.
So I just want to say hi to everyone in the chat right now. We got Zero Wing, Mew Mew Fan.
My biggest fan.
Oh, hey, we're in there too. Yeah, Mew Mew Fan is a big fan of yours. We got Mr. Stone, Axel Higgs.
Other
Heavenly,
Shadow, Dicey Cast.
Kyodishin, Other Shadow. Yep, good to see all of y'all.
I love that D-bag.
Yeah.
That was a horrible concept I came up with months ago. I take it all back.
Schmitty and you get along a little too well in terms of graphics edits. Okay, we got an interesting bridge that is pointless down there on Schmitty's side. You can just go around. There might be a forced encounter or something. Probably not, though. Not on this con.
Did he also modify his sprites to have a D-bag?
Schmitty? That's him, yeah. He's the one who did it. Or you did it, and then he did it.
I did it, then you did it, then he did it.
I didn't do anything. You leave me out of this.
You were the second one to do it.
I don't want you to lump me in with your
sprite creations.
My stuff is art. Okay,
art.
We need to understand that.
Artsy fartsy.
I would never, ever make it. Okay, so we got 3 or 6 on the western corner of the continent, or western edge of the continent, next to the far end of Saria. So if they find the letter, they can go through there. Usually racers will just get to the side by exploring and finding the other end of the cave another way. Other end of the town another way. Oh! Well, Sweet Love is exploring Death Mountain a little early and found Spectacle Rock. That could play into things, but it's a little bit early to be doing this exploration unless you're going for a big gamble.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Death Mountain this early. 5 minutes, not even.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the challenge of doing Death Mountain early on in the game. I mean, it's kind of annoying if you don't have down stat, but it's fun, but it's just so unlikely to be necessary.
I would do caves for the first 10 minutes. I wouldn't even walk in a palace. I would see if I could find like a town item to take back and try to get a spell as early as I possibly can, and find Fairy being the main priority.
Yeah,
Raft would be a close second.
Fairy down stab. Oh, free life on Sweet Love's side. But the key on Schmitty's side is more useful. For those of you who haven't joined us in the Z2R before, but you're familiar with Zelda 2, Oh wow, that's a big P bag. You might be aware that normally the enemies they drop 50-point P bags and blue jars, the small ones.
Hey,
do.
Truce.
Or they drop 200-point P bags and red jars, the large ones. But Digshake has modified it so that keys can also drop, and so can free lives. And another key for Schmitty. So Schmitty's got at least 2 keys now. If he finds like Palace 1, even without Fairy, even without the magic key,
that's a big step.
Yeah.
He can just walk right, and I believe he can get the item with only 2.
Yeah, walk left, yeah.
Well, left, you get the 1 key that's on that end. When you go down and left.
Well, yeah, there's a
dead end with a key, and then you have to go right.
Yeah, but the item is to the left.
Man, true.
Look at this swamp. Digshake has no shame.
No shame to, not have every tile be swamp. Could you imagine if one of our randos just ended up every tile was swamp?
That would not surprise me, actually. Or like
every tile
is
it's not even swamp, but it's every tile you're on, you walk as slow as if you're in swamp.
I always thought it'd be fun to do like a snow sort of thing and just change all the swamp to snow. We didn't do that.
Idea.
Yeah.
Why not?
We didn't do that for because I didn't have time. It's just basically a matter of changing the palette, maybe changing the graphics slightly. And distributing that as a patch, but just didn't do it. I'll do it this Christmas. Make the P bags little presents or something. That'd be fun.
I still have to figure out what line of code in the what was it? The Famicom version made it so that water was animated.
Yeah.
If there was any. Because if it's just a static image, that'd be kind of sad.
It could be the same image, just flipped up and down or left to right to make it look like it's animated.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it do that in the American,
Yeah.
Maybe they used the same key animation, or they just said, okay, we're not going to do that.
Well, there's
Maybe
more
to
stuff
save
going on.
space.
There's more enemy sprites on the American version on the
Yeah.
overworld, but there's more than enough video memory, so I don't know why. There's a whole bunch of blank spaces in the video right there. But
we'll never know.
So you see these guys are picking up their magic containers. Schmitty just picked up one. Sweet Love got one, I believe. Those can be pretty useful, not just because they allow you to cast spells, but because, depending on the flags, they're required to get spells from towns. Let me check the flags right now.
New Castudo.
Alright, so in this one, you don't need a certain number of magic containers to learn spells from the old men, but you will still need a certain number of spells to pick up one of the items, the one in New Castudo that Maris just mentioned. So picking up those magic containers is important. Also, it's possible that you need more magic containers just to even cast Thunder at the end of the game.
That, I have no idea how much magic it's going to cost for every spell. So, like, for example, to do the spell to unlock the cave, what if it's, like, 90 magic or something?
Yeah, exactly.
And you get there, and the only thing you need is the one thing that gets you an item you need, which is, like, fairy or something.
Well, that's interesting. On Sweet Love's side, on the eastern continent where she is at right now, there's a bridge tile that doesn't have a bridge encounter, so that's cool. Just walk right over it. She must be happy.
We've had the tracker open, we haven't even touched the tracker.
Oh!
Let me start doing that.
Let's see. Everyone has a raft. Just give everyone the raft.
You sure everyone has the raft? Can I pretend that's true?
Everyone has a raft.
I'll pretend.
No, nobody has anything else. Hearts and magic containers. But Trails is in Heart Container Cave. That's this one with all the lava and the bubbles and the bonefish. Like you would put your medicine. Did I say Heart Container Cave? Medicine Cave. That's a good place to store medicine if you find out that your friends and loved ones are sharing antibiotics with each other. You can just hide them in a cave with lava and zombie fish. And
I think it would melt at that point.
Well, sure, but at least it would be, following the doctor's recommendations.
I don't think storing them at that temperature would be the doctor's recommendation. In fact, I think that'd be poisonous.
Well, it's better than making antibiotics worthless, right?
I don't think... You know what? Sure. This is Hyrule. Everything's magic, right?
Oh, glove on trail side. Medicine cave. So you just put your medicine in a lava cave for a while and it turns into a glove. Easy peasy.
So I'm assuming everyone started with candle. That's the flag.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, everyone had that. So, yeah, the glove is required in a number of palaces. It's technically possible to play through a seed without needing the glove, but it's very unlikely. It's like 1 in 1,000 or something.
I think just getting glove blocked in GP is just terrible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad going throughout the whole game, not, with no glove, and then all of a sudden you need it in GP.
You know what we should do?
Work?
I think no, not work, because we could pretend that we do that all the time. No, what we need to do, we should do, we get Mew Mew Fan, another Shadow, to do commentary next week, and we'll be in the, we'll be in the chat. We'll do nothing, okay? We'll just say how bad the commentary is. We'll mock it the whole way. It'll be fun, right?
It'll be pretty
Role
great.
reversal.
But then they'll get all our money. All our sweet commentary money.
I want my money. I want to
keys
get paid.
everywhere. Man, there's keys dropping left and right.
Wait, I'm getting paid for this?
I mean, you're getting paid to an account that says Maris Memes on it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna tell you where that goes exactly.
Do we have a trust fund? I don't know. Okay. My trust fund went somewhere. I don't know. I am error. I know nothing.
Oh.
Alan, do I get paid?
Mimu's got another option for you. Me and other Shadow. Alright, so...
Any commentary is good enough. Better than no commentary.
Oh, Schmitty picking up Fairy and Rauru. That's actually the first spell that he's gotten. I haven't seen too many people picking up spells, so... That's a good first spell to get. Yeah. And he has enough magic containers to cast it, too. I mean, well, it's 51 magic. You start with 64, so I guess there you go. But oh, boots on Rose City Saint side. Great item to get. Boots in Zelda 2 Randomizer, they'll let you walk on any water that's not on the border, unlike in the normal game where you just kind of have to know where to walk. And so that's a big help for getting around, because enemies don't spawn when you're on the water, and if you get into an encounter with them, they just disappear. So you can use the rivers as basically improved roads for getting around Hyrule, and it's sometimes necessary to walk over the rivers and walk around parts of the continent to get the secret little coves with items.
Other Shadow, it wouldn't be the worst commentary we've ever had. We've had times where we've had commentators with no microphone or cutting in and out, lag. We have one right next to me right now who has his washing machine next to him. I mean, one week I did commentary next to a boiler.
Are you making bagels?
No, it was the wintertime and I needed a heater, so I sat in the room next to the heater.
What is this? I want a refund. They already have Thunder.
Well, it's not even 15 minutes and they already have Thunder.
Thunder and Fairy.
This is a cheap seed.
They have
How much
Thunder?
does it cost to cast?
Probably a lot, but they might be able to cast it. I mean, they've got like...
No, I want to know how much it costs. If it's like 30, I'm just going to be like, that's it.
I don't think it can be 30.
RCS, I think, just got Fairy.
Yeah. They have Fairy, they have Thunder. Not all of them have all these, but they have Fairy, Thunder, Glove, Raft, Boots. I mean, one and done, right?
Can I commentate from the John? So, can you commentate from a toilet? Sure, just don't make any noises.
Yeah. So, Schmitty has a flute. So basically, they have everything. That's basically the gist of it.
Or have nothing.
They might need... I mean, they might want the magic key, but keys are dropping everywhere, and they've got Fairy, so I think they'll be okay. They're pretty much...
I'm also wondering, where do all these keys come from? What? Like, why do all these monsters carry keys?
Haven't you played the Minish Cap?
I don't know.
Apparently,
But what's their purpose in this game for carrying keys? Like, I don't get it. Shouldn't they be hiding them?
Well,
oh, and
yeah.
Trails does definitely play from a toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, just...
No, he plays from a porta potty that's being used for sledding right now.
Yep. Okay, this is the commentary that Mew Mew fan really enjoys.
It's the best kind. It's the kind that entertains chat, the kind that entertains you. Entertains me for about 5 seconds.
So Schmitty is about to pick up Downstab, which can be required, so that's another thing out of the way.
King Tetsu toilet humor. Didn't Trails start that whole thing?
Gantetsu. Yeah, but we don't have to talk about it. We just leave him to his poop.
It's his favorite thing.
Yeah. I like everyone too. Maris, will you marry me?
So me and Wolfing are getting married on Final Fantasy, jokingly.
Oh, too bad.
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
I was handing out invitations the other day to like 50 people, and they're all showing up.
I wouldn't show up.
That'd be the worst wedding ever.
So, Schmitty just got another hint from one of the towns saying that P6 has the medicine. So if they happen to need that spell, then there they go. Triforce commentary team? I mean, that's a lot of people in the booth. 3 people? I mean, Nightcrawler and Triforce? That's like 4 people in the booth, man. Or Mew Mew fan.
I don't really care for Isaiah Johnson.
Oh, you guys know... you know what she's talking about?
That's what she's referring to as Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah.
To clear something up, I actually spoke to Apollo Legend a few weeks ago. He literally does not want anything to do with that guy. Or anybody that he's ever talked to.
Well, I have no idea what any of this is, so I'm just going to assume that everyone gets along fine.
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh, Trail's casting Thunder on that blue Iron Knuckle, trying to get a level, but that blue Iron Knuckle was having nothing. Well, killed him eventually.
There's only 150.
Closer than yeah, and then he can get his magic back right here, or maybe not. Yeah, no magic here. Trails, you should know. I shouldn't, because I'm bad at this game. That's a good place for a Goomba, look at that.
That's ridiculous. That's like time your jump or die.
Yeah. He's getting close to his next level. If it's a magic level, he's basically just gonna... Oh, he got a life anyway.
Oh.
Enemies are dropping lives all over the place. This is such a free seed.
Hello, Kirito86.
Oh, there's Kirito. Oh, Trail's about to die.
Trail's room is just brutal.
Or not. He's fine. Never mind. Sweet Love picking up the letter. Good to have, but it doesn't seem to be necessary in this race.
So, first player to game over wins then? I think that's every game ever. You know, I thought, you know, one-hit death was bad. And then I saw these guys running it, and it's just like, no, it's nothing.
Well, yeah. One-hit KO's... It's fun. I like it, actually. Now, one-hit KO...
Might as well just, you know, take the sword away, and then say no sword either.
Now, one-hit KO where, like, you have to restart at the beginning of the game every time you die. Or
Yeah.
one-hit KO and you've only got, like, 1 life. Like, that can be bad. Going pretty well, Kirito.
My name's Morris? Oh,
Yes.
wait, because the A's on the font look like O's.
Don't worry.
It really does look like my name says Morris on there.
You can offend him. It's all right. I mean, Kirito can offend you.
I'm gonna go like call up Feasel, be like, "Yo, we gotta fix this font. Can't read it. My name is Chuck Norris memes. I can't read it. Can't read it, man. Redefine it." Schmitty now finding the boots.
Yep, things are about to get easy. Oh, but he doesn't want to up an A. He wants to up an A, but look at all that experience. No, don't throw that away.
Oh no, I wouldn't. He's only 7. Wait, no. He's 17 points away.
Yeah, he's gonna up an A right now, I bet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I would go right to Death Mountain if I had boots. But 20 minutes.
He doesn't really need anything else, does he?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he doesn't have
all the font in the Comic Sans. I approve. Do it. Do it.
Boy.
You know I want it in Comic Sans.
So RCS, the first one to place a gem, the P2 gem, with all the items found in the overworld so far. I'm starting to wonder, like, is there anything important in any of the palaces?
Pretend.
They got the flute, boots, raft, glove, candle. They don't need the cross. They've got the 2 important spells. So yeah, they need reflect. Oh, okay, that could be a blocker.
Do you want to know a funny story about Comic Sans?
Oh no.
I walked into a store once, and it was just this apparel store, and it was like the size of a warehouse. I walk in, there's 20 signs, all the fonts for all the pricing, everything is all in Comic Sans. I'm just like, could you be any more unprofessional? On purpose. I took a picture. That's how bad it was.
Alright. Yeah, that's a thing right there. Alright, so we got Schmitty going across the eastern continent. Now, so really, at this point, they're just looking for reflect, and then they're good to go. So it could come down to digging the item out of P5 to get the medicine or something.
Have we been really tracking Sweet Love? Because I think he has more than that.
When he pauses next...
If he ever does. Did he make that walking sprite?
Yeah, him and his daughter.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. They did a pretty good job with that, I'd say. I used a tool that my friend made and provided for the color changes. Alright, so that's Thunder for Sweet Love, so that's something. And Trails is on Boss Guma. RCS is in the same palace. Oh, one more hit and Trails is done. That was a lot of health taken off. Even at life 6, wow. Life must suck in Hyrule.
Puts everything in Dingbat's font.
That's all out Wingdings. I love that fairy sprite on Sweet Love's side.
What is that? Is it just an ice cream cone?
Well, it's like a little ghost, but there's probably something more to it. I'm sure there's something more to it. Oh wow, nicely done by Trails. You know when I said like a minute ago that he had just one hit left? Well,
yeah.
He made it. He didn't get hit ever again.
First palace done? No. It's a second.
And here
I forgot RCS did one already.
Oh my gosh, the flute, a town, and a cave, and the water spot all in one area. That's amazing. And it's probably going to be P1, honestly, because we haven't seen P1 yet. I guess P1 could be on Maze Island.
He found a heart. That'll make his life easier.
Yeah. He's really just looking for spell items, I think, at this point.
That's a weird layout.
And it's an item cave, too. Oh my god. This guy hit the jackpot. Schmitty. Stop being so lucky.
It's like the Ocarina of Time randomizer. The first house in the entire area of Kokiri Village. It's like a free 4 chests.
For free. Okay, there you go. Exactly what he was looking for. He doesn't want to go back yet, though, I don't think, because...
I didn't think you want to up A because he's got basically 1,000 out of 3,000.
Yeah, he's right by a palace that he can probably finish. He can see which town this is that he's about to get to. Oh my god, so many free lives. Should we start counting free lives on the tracker at this point?
Nah, I don't think we ever need to do that. That's a lot of extra work. Now, what we should do is have a P-bag counter.
So Schmitty doesn't know, but that's P3. Not too bad. He should be able to, if he has a glove, which I'm not sure. Sweet Love and Trails... Sorry, yeah, they're in very similar appearing palaces, but Sweet Love is actually in P6 and Trails is actually in P2. They look almost identical, though. Yeah, you can tell the difference is the background, not the foreground sprites. Alright, let's see what item is in here. On Schmitty's side. Oh, no. It's just a spell. Never mind. Alright, and he has to leave because he doesn't have spell, so he can't get the item at the end of the town. Sweet Love fighting Barba. I think some of the bottom of his screen is cut off.
Yeah, that does look shorter for some reason.
Alright, so we got Maze Island on Schmitty's side. If he finds spell item here, he's probably just going to go straight for that. I don't think we've seen P1 or GP yet, so...
Buzz Thunder, please refer to Sweet Love as Boyo.
As Boyo?
I'm not calling him Boyo.
Sorry.
I'll call him Chef Boyardee, but that's about it. Can we just call him Chef?
How's it going, Buzz?
Anyone would nickname him Chef?
I want that nickname.
He's fighting the noodle. He's gotta watch out. That noodle's gotta go back in the spaghetti.
RCS also in P6 here. However, has a higher sword level and...
fun little Barba fight.
Yep. Sweet Love should finish a little bit before RCS.
Trails almost took a lava bath just now. Buried at the last second using all of his magic to do it.
Now see, if he were like me, he would take a lava bath after... sorry, he would transform into a fairy after he takes a lava bath.
Yeah, but the next room was the boss, and he kind of knew that.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of worth doing.
Oh, Schmitty taking a little bit of a risk.
Did Sweet just get his new nickname? He's Chef. Chef Sweets.
Not sure if he's gonna like that.
I don't know. Pretend.
I think I marked Schmitty as having completed P6 accidentally. I'm sure he's finished some palace. And then,
I don't think Schmitty has done a palace.
Did Trails finish P2 when we were looking at Sweet Love and RCS?
I don't think so. Okay. This is why we have a tracker. I'm looking at you, Alan.
But we don't have a tracker.
We'll pretend Alan's here.
I think he is.
Compromise the tracker. Put everything on.
He's talked in chat already.
I know.
Alright, so RCS gonna pick up upstab here. Excuse me. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen the Nintendo Direct from today, I'm not gonna say I told you so, because I got the time wrong, but I got the thing that was gonna happen right, more or less.
Dragon Quest?
You spoiled it for everyone!
I don't think anyone in their right mind doesn't have a phone that'll automatically notify them of Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah, you're probably right about that, but I know some people haven't seen it yet.
I think you get that big Google notification on your phones.
Oh yeah, I've never commed with Buzz. Have you commed with Buzz?
I think I have once.
He's a
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
guy.
I have once. I think back in January, before I had my surgery. Yeah, I did.
So Trail's facing off against Barba in P6. Schmitty, I think, didn't find all the items in Maze Island. Could be mistaken about that.
Yeah, I think I did do commentary with him, Alan. I just don't remember. Maybe he can refresh my memory if he remembers doing it.
Yeah, Buzz is pretty great.
It was a chill commentary.
Yeah.
So has Schmitty entered one palace? Do we not know? Because I don't think he did.
I don't think so yet, but he's got
like
everything to reflect.
I feel like he just should have done so by now.
Yeah.
30 minutes in, I'd do one palace at least. Or have 1 or 2 gems dunked.
You would have 1 or 2 gems done at 30 minutes?
I would try to.
Yeah.
I'd be in a palace right now.
Okay.
I don't know, I just feel like it's something I would do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can say that, but what kind of times do you pull on the weeklies?
The times are amazing, you know, I'm the best.
Yeah.
Best ocarina player ever? No.
Alright, so Schmitty finally found the second item. It's just a pea bag, though. I don't remember what the first item was. Sweet Love encountering this well-placed Goomba here. If you were desperate, you could thunder that. It would destroy the projectiles and the monster, of course. Oh, this is P1.
Yeah.
He almost up an 8. Oh my gosh, he almost dropped 2,700 experience. That would have been bad.
First item was heart.
Yep, there's a lot of hearts going around here. Oh, Schmitty taking a death, unfortunately. RCS picking up his heart container on the heart container spot. And we got upstab for Trails. Nobody has a child yet, so they're actually double dipping Darunia to get upstab. But it's possible they'll never need to come back to Darunia, so it's probably hedging your bets to pick up.
It's not often that I see Trails getting upstab, though.
Yeah, he's gone to
He normally skips it.
Yeah. He likes cutting down his times as much as possible. And Schmitty likes playing with a level system to get as high attack level as possible. So if he gets like another 600 experience before he finishes his palace, he'll be at attack 7. Oh yeah, he's gonna go back and kill that guy. There we go. He really wants that attack 7.
What do you mean shots fired by the comms? We did nothing.
Well, I don't want to go that far. We've done a lot of bad things. Oh, that was a little embarrassing for Sweet Love. Sorry. Sorry, Sweet Love.
I did a solo commentary once. It was fun.
So
you get to hear that awkward silence in your headphones while you're trying to think of what to say. Yeah. That's solo commentary in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much. But sometimes it's nice to have a quiet commentary and listen to the game a bit more.
Yeah.
So, right now, Schmitty's thinking, how am I going to get like another 200 experience before I kill the boss? Oh, let me go find the item. I haven't found it yet. And there's a risk to this kind of mentality. Like, it's good to pick up a lot of levels, especially if you do what Schmitty's doing. You can end up in... Oh, okay, there he goes. 200 experience. He's golden. He's fine. He knows exactly what he wants. But you can end up in a situation where you're unwilling to do what you need to do to shave time off your run if you single-mindedly go for this sort of thing. We got a magic container. That's a good pickup. Not exactly what he's looking for. He still needs to get reflect. But it's certainly helpful. He's going to be very he's going to be in good shape in GP, especially if he can find the life spell.
I feel like we haven't updated Sweet Love's thing at all.
Well,
yeah, their tracker is missing.
Oh, we're the tracker.
We'll pretend. Patrick Swayze's doing tracking.
There you go, Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
I agree.
Glove was in Item Cave, wasn't it?
It was in an Item Cave. I don't remember which one it was. Alright, we're gonna have a brutal horsehead fight. It's over.
Yeah, never 3-put. What other Shadow has said is kind of true. When it comes to solo commentary, we also have to kind of communicate with you guys to keep you interested in viewing.
Yeah,
so just
absolutely.
monotone zoning out and just saying, oh, Schmitty just dunked the gem. Like, that, you know, that's kind of obvious. Nobody would want to sit there and listen to the commentary do that, you know? We gotta be interested in you.
Yeah, you gotta outsource your commentary to the audience. Make them make your money. Your big commentary bucks. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing right now. Mew Mew fan. But no, it's true. I think that there are a lot of commentators that don't engage with the audience enough. I think that's the only thing that we do well. Like you and me, that's the only skill that we have.
Ooh.
Lava Bath with Trails, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, we all saw that, Trails. Can't make fun of me for that anymore, Trails.
Maybe Patrick went ghost, took the Roadhouse to get... Oh my god.
Hey, Buzz Thunder likes us.
I think we do a wacky job. What did RCS just get?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out when Trails gets it.
Let's see what it was.
Or when Schmitty gets it, because they're all in the same palace. They're all in P3. Except for Sweet Love. Sweet Love is in P2. And someone just killed something, and I didn't mark it down.
There's going to be a lot of things marked down without another tracker. I mean, that's 3 eyes, 4 screens, you know?
Yeah.
2 eyes, 4 screens is hard enough.
You 3 eyes, 4 screens? Do you have an eye patch, Maris? Are you a pirate?
Yeah.
I actually almost lost my eye.
I did my math.
It's a story, but you guys can hear it some other time.
I almost lost my eye once, too.
It was pretty bad. I mean, it could have been horrible, but it wasn't that bad in the end.
Let's just say it involves some idiot kid throwing a rock at a beehive.
Oh, child! Sweet Love actually... Wow, that could be big. Nobody else has found the child except for Sweet Love.
I think so RCS did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know Schmitty has the trophy.
We'll give him that lone child. How did the child get into P2?
Well... Sometimes when a mommy and daddy love each other very much...
No, they don't do it in a palace.
Why not? It's a palace.
You know what? That's a monster baby. That's not a normal baby.
It's a palace. What are you gonna do? You come in there with
this
you know
your sprite, a black other? Barbie doll.
Sort of.
It kind of reminds me of
Oh, thanks, Mimia.
The sprites that were done by Rudy Chavez's wife.
Oh, I haven't seen those. Is it for a different game or?
It's for regarding the Princess in Another Castle movie that happened years ago that went wonky. Let's just keep it at that. Freako could give you the whole detail on that.
You know, maybe from the tone of your voice, I'm thinking it might be safer to not see them.
It's basically about famous female gamers. Let's just keep it that.
Alright, so Sweet Love on his way, making his way through P2.
Kasura, this is not the place.
Well, they could stay there for a while. It could be a honeymoon.
Oh, no. Really? A honeymoon
In a deadly palace. Yes.
filled with monsters, lava, cryptic keys.
Absolutely. Sweet love, you're going the wrong way. Turn around. Turn around, please. Oh, sweet love. You don't need that key.
GG.
Oh, but you got 2 anyway. So maybe you did need that key. I would go for 2 keys. Why not? Alright, so that's P3 for Trails. Hey,
Hello,
Lucia!
They just got the grandest welcome of their lives. As a simultaneous, harmonious commentary just breaks in.
Well, remember that friend that I said made that program for changing the colors of sprites, and that's how Sweet Love's sprites are color different? That's Lufia. She made that
Yep.
program.
We gotta get like a quartet going on where every time somebody joins in the chat, we all just say hello, hello, hello at the same time.
Ooh, what's this? Trails pick up the hammer. In New Kasuto, we're having 6 magic containers. That could be good. I remember Spectral Rock was pretty open, but I don't think there were any other blocked caves. I don't remember seeing any blocked caves in the normal overworld.
Are you sure Sweet Love's not in P4?
Yep.
I'm looking at a different tile set.
It's all groovy. Yeah, the tile sets you can't rely on.
No,
those.
I mean the layout of that room reminded me of something out of P4, all the long hallways with the Medusa heads.
Yeah.
I was getting
the one
bad
where you
flashbacks.
Where you
Over
jump
the little
and-
candles, yeah.
Yeah. It's a bad
That
tile.
room drives me mad. All you have to do to make GP insane is put like 20 copies of that room in, and you're good to go.
Alright, so hopefully Schmitty picks up the item in P3 so we know what RCS and Trails picked up. Gonna guess it was a magic container, but... Alright, so Trails has now found P1. And there's a magic container in here.
How's the seed been so far?
Easy.
Early everything. Free raft.
The only thing we really need is Reflect. And Sweet Love is now in Harktinner Cave. Or... sorry, Parappa Cave. There we go.
Schmitty. Finishing up P3.
So I think we managed to miss all of them getting the item out of P3.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty elite like that. Anyone see what the item in P3 was?
I think it was a heart.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
might have been a heart.
Yeah, maybe.
Confirm? Anyone? Was it a heart?
Yeah, they're gonna hold out for their tracker money that we owe them.
We're doing 2 jobs at once here. We should be getting paid triple pay.
Yeah, totally.
I sell my voice for this.
Still more than
It's a
that.
magic container?
Oh, okay, cool. Magic Tinder it was.
Was it?
Thank you very much, Zero Wing. That's kind of what I thought it was, because...
You know what? Yeah,
We're
I
just
think
gonna
it
go with
was. We deserve nothing, okay.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Schmitty looking for the desert item, but has not found it yet. I kind of want him to just turn in his trophy, which I didn't actually put on the tracker.
This game is too much of a cluster to even follow with 4 screens going on. If we only had 2 runners on screen right now, it'd be so much easier.
It would. But then we wouldn't be able to focus on them and make fun of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now.
Oh, Sweet Love picking up fire from... What was that, Darunia? Yeah, it was Darunia.
RCS found P4 but doesn't have Reflect.
Now, fire is linked. Fire could be linked to Reflect. If Sweet Love can test that, then... Yeah, that could be a good lead right there. He needs... I really hope he does. Alright, we're gonna talk to the thirsty lady.
Thirst.
Does a body good.
Is that what it's called in the manual? Just thirsty
Thirst.
lady. Thirst?
Yeah.
The red
Pretty
lady
much.
that gives you health?
High five between Schmitty and RCS in Naburu. Getting their jump spell. A jump's nice to have, but right now they just want Reflect. Reflect and go. Oh, Trails has Trails is testing
creepy.
fire. So Trails just tested fire. It wasn't shield. It wasn't jump. It wasn't fairy. I don't know. So it could have been spell and I missed it, or thunder and I missed it. But the other possibility would be reflect. So there's a decent chance that fire is reflect.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was either on Schmitty's. Spell, shield, jump, thunder. Yeah, it was just shield.
I don't think it was shield.
No, it was spell. That's what it was. I remember the hint was magic words. It's spell.
Oh, are you talking about the spell that Schmitty just picked up? No,
Yeah.
no. I was talking about Trails. He had Thunder cast, and Thunder is sorry. He had Fairy cast, and Fairy is linked. Sorry, Fire is linked. So I would like to know what that fire is linked to.
Let's pretend that you have a burning fairy and it's linked to putting a gigantic tunic on a fairy that just weighs them down and they can't fly.
Burning Fairy. That sounds
Yes.
horrible. Oh my gosh, RCS picked up Reflect anyway. And, yep, turning in trophy. So Schmitty has the tools that he needs. If and when he up and A's and turns it in, he'll have...
What's needed to do
Reflect.
P4?
Yep. And P4 was located on the northern edge of the eastern continent. So unfortunately for Schmitty, he's going to keep exploring the eastern continent, and he's going to come across the palace and not be able to do it. So that's going to be a little bit of a waste of time there.
RCS taking full advantage of them boots to get through that swamp. That'd just be horrible to go walk through right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what were the items in Maze Island?
One was a pea bag, and I didn't see the other one. Or sorry, I think it was a D bag on some of their screens.
What's the difference?
Oh, actually, we're going to see what the other item was right now. Is a heart.
Heart.
Nothing exciting.
So basically, Maze Island was useless.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here, Trails is hoping to be something good.
Well, it has to be useless, because we just found out where Reflect is, and we know everything else is. So, I mean, just by the process of elimination, Maze Island has to be useless.
What is he? I was trying to figure out why Trails tried to get to the end of that dead end. Why is he still looking?
He's
Is
still
he trying
looking.
to find...
He hasn't found the P bag yet.
Oh. Well, he's gonna be sorely disappointed.
He is. He doesn't have Thunder. Sorry, he doesn't have Reflect yet, so he's still looking for stuff.
And he's fairy clipping hard to find it.
Yep. I want a band, and I want us to be called the Doom Knockers.
That just sounds sexual.
It's a band, of course it is.
That just sounds like Darkseid's the,
Look, it's
lead
very
singer.
innocent. It's
That does
very
not
innocent
sound
because it's from Zelda 2.
Your
It has to be
name,
innocent.
your name of 3D dimensional movement and attacks,
Dude,
very confidential.
thank you. Alright, so RCS
thought I was
is in
gonna
a very... I thought you were... RCS is doing his P4. This guy's reflect. He doesn't need any more items, and he knows it. So he's just gonna do it and go. Go right. Go right, my son. Actually, you might even want to just up an A from here.
Goes left.
Yeah, because it's like 2 or 3 rooms that he's got to travel now.
I've never liked P4. This is like the worst palace.
Well, there's a lot of dead ends. That's one of the things.
It's not even the dead ends, it's just the largest palace, just about. Besides GP.
The Trails must have finished P1, because he would not have left P1 without finishing it, so... And I know that RCS hasn't actually beaten Karok yet, but it's P4. You just stand in the corner, and he may be stabbed for swag points. So he's just going to get the kill right now. Actually, Karok's doing alright. Aw, too bad. I want to see Karok win the fight.
Nope.
Dang. We gotta make sure to tease RCS about that.
Now, I haven't played many Zelda 2 ROM hacks, but are there different bosses on the ROM hacks? Like, programmed?
No. There's one called Ganon's Nightmare that has a few extra enemies, or a few enemies that have different AI. But I don't think... Well, I know that guy doesn't have any art for any of those enemies. Nothing unique. Because he wanted me to do art for his thing. And this was a couple years ago. And I don't think any of them were bosses, so... But I haven't played it, so it could be. I guess, could be. And Sweet Love finishing up that palace. I think it was 3. Yeah, 3, why not? I know it's not 1 or 5, so...
Or probably like 2.
Yeah, probably.
Was that the first sighting of the hammer on Sweet Love's screen?
Oh, did Sweet Love pick it up? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet Love's got it now.
Hammer. It's only been about an hour and we finally see Hammer.
Oh, but it doesn't matter, because guess where RCS is?
The last one. 5.
So we missed a palace for RCS at some point. Trails is never far behind him, so...
Oh, I saw RCS walking into a yellow palace. I'm like, oh, that's a new color. It's probably P5. No. It's GP. Okay.
PG.
It's PG-13 all over. Not
right.
Not this stream.
Trails does not have Reflect yet, so he can't do this. Go home, Trails. You're not ready for that.
I wonder, did RCS get upthrust?
RCS? Yeah, he did, I think.
Because if he didn't, Trails does in fact have it. Yeah. If RCS gets upthrust blocked.
Alright, Schmidt cashing in his big levels. He was managing his experience very well. And managed to get up to attack 8 at the end of the last palace. So now he's doing tons of level ups. So he's going to end with 8-7-7.
It's 8-7-5.
Yeah, but he's not done yet.
Yeah, he's going to go.
Oh, actually, Life 6 is only at 1,190. Yeah, he might end up with 8-7-8.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Alright, yeah, he's going to have 8-7-8 at the end of the game. That's pretty good. Trail's picking up the spell. Not what he's looking for, unfortunately. This is going to be a really fast finish for RCS compared to everyone else. Alright, the magic jar for Sweet Love, and he's going to be at the end of P1 any moment now.
particularly easy P1.
There we go. I switched the music. And now it got awkward in here.
What did you do? Did you switch?
Switch to RCS.
Ah. But that's breaking the rules. Nah, I don't care about rules.
You know what? I honestly think tracking might be harder than commentating.
You see why I always complain that there's no tracker?
See, because like a commentator is someone who doesn't remember anything, and a tracker is someone who remembers everything.
Yeah, and trying to remember what you're going to say before opening your mouth.
Yeah.
And then trying to remember something that is on 4 different screens at once.
Yeah, not easy to do together.
My head
Okay,
hurt.
that's a dead P2 boss and a dead P1.
I wish I had an easy button on my desk right now.
That was easy.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good Twitch bot sub thing.
Oh, right. Trail's picking up the trophy, so he's going straight to Rudo. He can feel it when RCS is ahead of him. That's great.
RCS just up and 8 at a dead end. What time did he enter GP? 52?
Yeah, probably something like that.
I wonder how long he's going to be exploring. What's the flag set for GP? Is it long or short GP?
I believe it's standard, so it's short and Thunderbird required.
Ugh.
Yep. I like long GP, personally. It makes GP feel like an endurance race, and I kind of like that. I'm pretty sure.
Does have ups that we were
I'm
trying
pretty
to...
sure. Yeah, he
think
does.
he does?
I think so.
I don't think he grabbed it. But unless he does it, that shuts me up.
Another dead end.
Nope.
But that's a dead end that Trails is going to experience too.
Watch his trails just goes the complete opposite direction of the first 3 routes he took.
Good.
Just magically.
And Trails does do some unusual routing stuff sometimes to try to just shake things up.
I think the fact that he just ferried through 2 rooms...
He feels behind. Which is crazy, because we're not even an hour in.
This is like him rushing at this point.
Schmitty finishing P6. Schmitty doesn't know this, but he has everything he needs. You just go turn in your trophy, dude. He's probably gonna do the thing that I do sometimes, where I've got something that I know. Well, I've got something I can check, but I'm like, well,
I don't want to walk all the way over there.
Yeah, it's kind of more like I want to route in other items first, but sometimes you just gotta go for it.
Why is he going back in?
He's going for the item. Because the item in P4 is easy. But he's got trophy. He just hasn't turned it in. He's the first one who got trophy. Sweet Love just got it, by the way. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. A good jump from Schmitty. It's just don't do this, Schmitty. Oh, this is P6. Yeah. Sorry, got myself a little confused there. But yeah, he doesn't need to do this. Just leave and turn in your trophy, please. P6's item is not easy to find. It's not as hard as P5's. Nice, Buzz Thunder. Hey, nice fairy feet from Sweet Love. Oh, but he found Death Mountain, but not the palace he wants.
Ugh. There goes Trails again.
Sweet Love's trying fairy feet one more time. Didn't get it this time though. All right, here's the item, Schmitty. It's not worth it, man.
I feel like when you edit your fairy sprite, it's so much harder to do that. Because you're so used to vanilla fairy feet.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's the same.
I would use like the wings
say...
as like a frame of reference.
Well, Schmitty has both of the spell items for this continent, so he's going to get those two done pretty quick. But hopefully he does Rudo first. Alright, RCS taking left at Fairy Room. So if he's eliminated that many possibilities, that's actually one of the Trail's sort of go-to strategies to go left at Fairy Room. So if Trails does go left at Fairy Room, he could be cutting a lot of time. But he's still going to be behind RCS.
I feel like RCS is going to be our first place on the restream.
Totally, yeah.
We got a fiery chicken.
Those are fun to like try to skip through, if you ask me. You gotta hit him just right. Alright, so Schmitty...
You get that one frame stun and run away.
Schmitty turning in medicine and getting life, unfortunately. RCS is at Thunderbird. Darkling's not going to be very far behind.
For a moment there, I thought he was going to do that one strategy where you hit him at the end. That I saw on our Discord. Where basically you could hit him without getting hit at all, or letting him throw fire.
Yeah, it's a way to do it. It's not a fast way to do it.
It's very slow. He has enough time to do it jokingly.
But he doesn't, because Jay Coper finished first with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 50 seconds. Sniped it right out of RCS's... Yeah. Right? RCS seemed pretty fast. And it's right there.
He's right here, too. It's gonna be like 6-7 seconds behind.
No, like a minute.
I mean, maybe 15. Okay, maybe a minute. I'm over-exaggerating because I forget the cutscene length.
Yeah, you just have to watch the first part. When Link stops moving, that's when you hit time. Or when you can no longer control him. So you gotta press time a second ago. Alright,
so it's not time that when you kill him, it's when you stop moving in the cutscene?
It's when you when you're unable to control Link anymore. So I just hold left, and when he stops moving, I press the button. Or I hold right. That's why RCS was holding right there, too. Well, well done for RCS. That's an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 34 seconds. So he is actually 44 seconds behind Jay Coper.
Oh.
Close.
Is Trails actually going to get third this time?
Looks like it.
It's a first for me.
You know what we should do? We should hit the buttons.
Snowing in summer. That's the only solution here. That's like the only way Trails would, get third. That or the porta potty stopped working.
So we're on Trail's screen right now.
You switched the audio over to him.
Yep, and I pressed the done button for RCS, so he should be stepping in any minute now.
It's the one time that up thrust was not required. I just want to see it actually happen. Like somebody gets to the end without it, and they just get japed by that. Fairy, I can understand.
Well, it's actually just yeah, it's twice as likely. Hey, RCS, you in?
Yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm good, but are you? 44 seconds, man.
No, yeah, listen, I am much more disappointed in missing out on the sub-hour than I am on finishing in second place.
True, yeah.
I actually, I felt like I was not going to win the whole time. Or I should say, not necessarily win. I mean, when you're finishing the game in 102, you don't feel like you're really losing. But I'm not surprised that other guys had a really easy time with this. I'm only disappointed that I missed the sub hour because this seed had it written all over it. If the reflect spell had been in one of those 2 towns that was located right next to P4, Jay Coper and I would have both been sub hour.
Yeah. What was fire reflect joined to? Or did he not get fire?
I never got fire.
Okay, because we had some people who got fire, and I don't think they ever tested it, or at least not in a way that I saw.
Yeah, fire must have either been guarded by the spell item in 2, which was the kit, I guess, or the one in 6, which was the medicine.
Yeah, medicine led to life, which is nice to have. Schmitty has that. It's funny because Schmitty got all those items first, and he got trophy first, but he just didn't want to turn it in. It's kind of sad, you know. He went around looking for other items, and he had what he needed like the whole time.
Well, yeah, and trophy was actually in the Eastern Continent too, so I can understand not wanting to backtrack, but I wanted to check the free and easy towns in the East, and when that didn't hold reflect, I knew exactly what I had to do, and if that didn't pan out, then I'd just go back into Palace 2 or Palace 6. But the game was such a tease. It teased you just enough to think you were going to sub hour. And of course, this was the GP that Funky built. I can't get over that.
Yeah, there were a lot of dead ends in this GP.
I was originally kicking myself for not taking the Eon drop the first time around. When I saw the Eon drop the first time, I told myself, I want to take this drop right now. I'm just going to poke one room to the right and make sure it's not T-Bird. But then when that turned out to be the Jackdamus room, it kind of changed my mind and made me want to keep going. So then when I had to up an A, I had to make a lengthy backtrack to the Eon drop, and that turned out to also be garbage. And then I knew that Bunky was laughing at me from wherever he is.
That sounds awful.
It is. It really is. It's hard to complain. I mean, second place in a race this size and a finishing time of 1:02. It's hard to complain. It's a good day at the office.
Yeah, well said. And Trails is right behind you. I think he's going to be third. Definitely second on stream, because Jay Coper wasn't one of our restreamed runners. So he did finish first on stream.
I think Jay Coper finished in first place last week too, didn't he, for the Classic race?
I missed that one, unfortunately. I was kind of busy that day.
I did too, but if I remember reading the results, I think he finished in first. So break up the Jay Coper dynasty. He's on a roll.
Yeah, Jay Coper's an excellent player, really. And I know that because he's kicked my butt more than once. Sure,
and he's really good across just about every randomizer you can name. If there were a Bible game randomizer, he would be good at that too.
Schmitty is dying on purpose. Oh, he doesn't have enough magic for reflect. Okay.
I just run him at that point. Save a couple seconds.
Well, he kind of teleports. That's.
Then run into the middle of the room and then dance around.
I could do that. So, Karok almost took you out this time, man.
Me, yeah. He pushed it, and it was a crappy fight too. One of the many minor annoyances in holding me back from that sub hour. He was not cooperative, but the way Palace 6 went was beautiful. That kind of made up for it. That was something really special. I was starting to get excited and sort of nervous when I realized that I'd cleared Palaces 2, 5, and 6 all in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I was really feeling it right from the get-go. But as far as the race goes, I figured the other guys were doing the same thing. I figured Trails would be ahead of me or right directly on my tail the whole time. So I had no real, feeling about where I was going to place in the race, but I was just excited that multiple people might sub-hour.
Mm-hmm. And Trails actually is on T-Bird right now. Oh, nice! Oh, wow, that was a good triple hit right there. But he missed his pendulum. Don't die, Trails.
Every time I get over-aggressive on T-Bird, I get hit and I pay for it, and it knocks me out of pattern. I have learned to go slow and steady for myself.
Yeah, speaking of paying for it, Trails just did.
Paid for it.
Yeah, Trails is better at fighting T-Bird than I am, but
Yeah.
it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, T-Bird does hit like a truck.
When he's going right to left, I try to get 3 hits, and when he's going left to right, I try to get 2, and I try to remind myself not to get greedy.
Oh, Fairy was life. Oh, sorry, Fire was life.
Fire was life? Well, that would have been helpful because I didn't get life. So that was... life was the other, if you went into 6 and got the item out of there, you could have gotten life, or gotten it for the low price of Palace 2.
Yeah, I'd prefer the low price of Palace 2 myself.
Sure.
So there was almost nothing. Was there anything required in any of the palaces?
I don't think so. I got the glove, boots, and flute all in the overworld, all early, and that's about it. The trophy that you needed for Reflect was in a Eastern P-Bag cave. So yeah, there were no required items in a palace.
It's pretty crazy. That doesn't happen too often, does it?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I think the only item I really remember even seeing was a magic container in 3. I don't remember seeing anything else.
Yeah.
Besides the child, every item that was in a palace was just not good.
I mean, you needed magic containers to get the hammer, but the hammer wasn't required for anything, so...
Yeah, that's another thing you're wondering about. Okay, I have Fairy and Thunder early, and you're left wondering about Reflect, and then of course the hammer could be a troll, right? If New Kasuto is hidden, and when that turned out not to be, I stumbled across the trophy and had hints for the other 2, so I knew that I didn't need to look in Maze Island, I didn't need to look at any more caves. That all became very, very friendly.
So did you pick up the magic key? Because was it? It was just so easy because keys were dropping like crazy, weren't they?
Yes, they were. I never had to cast Fairy a single time to get through a door.
That's nuts.
I had like 7 keys before I attempted a single palace, and I just never ran out.
I mean, even when the keys get randomized into the drop, that almost never happens, where you never need to cast Fairy.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit rare. We had extra keys turned on because these were Swiss flags, so you don't expect to really be hard up for keys, but then the enemies were dropping keys and P-bags like crazy. Like every 3rd enemy you killed was dropping a key or a P-bag, and so it was an embarrassment of riches in that regard, too.
Welcome, Trails.
Hey, Trails. Well, congratulations. Nice 3rd place there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this seed was so quick, man. If you blinked, you would have missed it.
Yep. The only thing that really held any of you guys up was the trophy.
Yeah, I didn't get the hint either. I just kind of... I placed my first 3 gems within the first 30. And then I sailed east, hoping to never sail west ever.
Yeah, Schmitty actually might have put himself into a bad situation by getting the hint for Mito, because in Mito he got the hint that the medicine was in P6. So I guess when he was on Eastern Continent, he was like, "I'm not going to leave to check the trophy until I, have this other item too." I mean, that's good routing, but unfortunately, it did cost him quite a bit of time.
Yeah, that's shitty. I'm not going to do P6 unless I have to.
I have to add one thing about the seed that I really hated. The one thing that I thought was the troll or whatever, and that was there was so much swamp on the Western continent, and every crappy encounter was that stupid swamp encounter that had the bouncy cat and the 2 Octoroks, and that was before downstab. And I just, oh god, it just made me want to puke. I hated that encounter. I mean, there was nothing incredibly challenging about it, but I was getting so sick of looking at it. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah, pretty much the whole continent or half the continent at least, was swamps. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
out of curiosity, RCS, did you have upthrust?
Yes, I did.
And if you didn't have...
you grabbing it.
Yeah, that was relatively early. I think Darunia was one of the first things you see when you landed on the raft spot, and I went in there, and I know I didn't have Reflect at the time, and so I wanted to grab upstab and at least get the hint for the kid in case that reflect didn't present itself freely.
All right.
And if you didn't have the boots and you had to go through Jump Cave every time, you wanted to go to the southern section of the Western continent, which is kind of...
Oh, did you not have the boots?
Nah, where were they?
Oh, they were pretty free on the Western continent. Yeah, Trophy Cave, I think.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Yeah, it was Trophy Cave.
I think it was right in the very, very south. It was south of the river. It was sort of in the same area where you got the glove. It was in just a very narrow little strip of land at the bottom of the map.
Whatever. I mean, I guess you didn't need them, but still, they would have probably been...
Yeah, if you had those boots, I mean, that would have shaved a few minutes off your time.
From just encounters alone, going around through the river.
Yeah, it really helped with the raft spot. That was the main thing. The boots were not helpful in the Eastern continent, but they were helpful to get from start to the raft.
Yeah, because I kept on going through Parappa, but that wasn't too bad. You just went through Parappa Cave, and it was just like maybe 10 tiles to the right.
Yeah, that's not horrible, I guess. No Death Mountain.
In GP, so
I'm sad. Sweet Love checked into Death Mountain a little bit at the beginning, but I'm always up for Death Mountain, and you guys didn't have to even get close to it. So, cool on you.
Looks like Sweet Love is getting a little bit lucky. He's right into GP and took that first Vonky left.
Yeah, Sweet Love's been getting pretty good pretty fast. I mean, he's not that far behind some good players here.
No, he's a good emerging player.
Okay, I thought that Sweet Love was going to beat Schmitty for a second.
Yeah, Schmitty was in, I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes before, but still, for a player who's got like, I don't know, 3 public races? That's pretty excellent.
Yeah, Sweet Love's been doing really well, man. I'm not going to put any names out there, but he's been defeating some pretty.
Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment because he beat me like 2 weeks ago. So you're saying I'm pretty excellent? That's what I got out of that conversation.
Z2R royalty.
Yeah, he beat people that were in the top 3. 2 of them.
Really?
Or one of them in the top 3 and one of them in top 8.
That was a fast Dark Link fight. You blink and you miss that one. Great fight from Schmitty.
Yeah, Schmitty's really good. How did he get attack 8? What did he grind?
Everything.
He did.
I mean,
he just got everything.
8. I mean, come on, man. He had to grind something.
He just kept his magic and his hearts pretty low, and just take the
attack.
Just the other day in Discord, someone was asking, "What strats do you guys use to grind XP?" And they thought it was hilarious when I said the strat is don't.
Yeah.
Unless you find a dripper enemy.
Yeah, if it's like early on in the game, you got like a dripper Mago, sure, maybe like 30 seconds of that.
If you're getting a 300 dripper and you're early game, then go for it. But like, yeah, anything else, don't worry about it. You're only gonna waste time.
Yeah.
There's pea bags everywhere.
Exactly.
And you really only you can beat it at like 4-4-4. Probably no problem. I mean, that would be a little difficult, but 5-5-5 is very comfortable. 4-4-4 is doable.
Sure. For anyone who's done any max rando training, anything over 3-3-3, you feel comfortable finishing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when max rando makes you hard, you know?
Yeah, you get to.
And I mean that in the purest sense.
You said that with memes here. You better watch out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, believe me, the regret was real as soon as I said it.
Wait a minute. I was only paying half attention. Let's start this conversation again.
No, you don't have to worry about it because we have Sweet Love facing off against Dark Sweet Love.
I was totally paying attention.
Rare City Saints said that Max Render gets some stuff.
Yes. Yes.
All right, I pressed the done button on Sweet Love because he's done. That's very good. Great time from such a new runner.
What is that sprite?
It's no, it's pretty. I think it's pretty good for a sprite.
For a second there, I thought it had an afro.
It's not as good as my sprites, of course, but it's pretty good sprite.
I've seen that he's in the setup room and not live.
Oh, let's just drag him in here.
Yeah, Schmitty's in the thing.
Can't do that.
I have drawn you in here, Schmitty.
Oh, Sweet Love's in here too.
Pretend it's not going on.
GG, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You too. This was a quick one. I thought we actually might get 2 or 3 guys that might sub-hour this one. I'm disappointed we missed out on it.
You thought there might be 2 or 3. Hi, this is Love. There might be 2 or 3 that did what?
We're going to sub-hour, finish in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Not happening.
No, I could. I mean, you
Borderline not happening.
Let's see. So, J Copper was 101. RCS was 102, and then Trails was 111. But Trails would have. I think there were a few mistakes that if he had done just 1 or 2 other things would have cut off a lot of time, like getting the boots. That'd be like 2 minutes saved right there, probably at least.
Mm-hmm. I probably could have saved 10 to 15 minutes by no being out of Palace 5 until later.
Knowing what I know now, sub-hour would be really easy if I redid this.
Yeah. I have to say, Schmitty, we were talking about this. I felt my heart went out to you when you had the trophy before anyone else,
And
but
you never
because
got
you had
that.
the hint, because you had the hint for medicine in P6, you wanted to check that before turning that in. And
Yeah,
that kind of bit you in the butt.
yeah. I got the trophy and I put off getting it. I was hoping I could get Reflect somewhere else. It just never happened. And then
Yeah, and
simple
statistically,
choices.
you're thinking, okay, there's three spell items. It's a 1/3 chance that it's gonna be trophy.
Yeah.
So, I get where you're coming from. It just didn't work out this time. Otherwise, it would have been a good routing, I think. And Sweet Love, we were talking about this too. For such a new runner, you're doing very well.
Thanks. I've been watching these other guys and taking what I can
Taking
from
notes.
their gameplay and routing and stuff, and especially I kind of swung over from the I used to have the problem of 100%ing everything all the time, and now I kind of have the other. Like, I don't know if you guys even noticed, but I just ran right back out of Maze Island, and I was like, nah. So I've been kind of, especially because the only reason to really have high levels is in case there's a late Thunderbird, but that right screen strat that I have works well enough for attack 2-3 Thunderbird. So that means there's really I don't really have any reasons left to want to get a lot of stuff. So I've been trying to be a minimalist. But I just got to learn to wait until later for P5 is the only thing, because I wasted, I don't know how long it was. It felt like 15 to 20 minutes, which means it was probably 10 minutes. But if I had just walked out of there and gone back in there later, I probably would have been up there with the top times of this group. So that's, yeah.
Was anyone else anywhere near my levels?
No.
No.
Is that Schmitty talking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because he does that thing where he gets the X3-4 and then just, skips levels until the attack jam
But
comes, right?
it didn't really cost him any time this time. I didn't see him lose any time for holding on to experience. For me,
No, that's not a criticism or a critique of any kind. It's just an observation. I mean, I wouldn't be able to multitask like that. I mean, I just kind of, if the level up screen appears, I just press start, I take it, and it's all good.
Yeah, I think it.
Oh, there's Amazing Toaster.
Yo, Toaster. Yeah, when Schmitty was in P1, I was thinking, oh, is he gonna have to like find some enemies to get a little bit more experience? But then things happened to work out, and he got past that barrier, so that when he turned in the gym, he'd get like attack 6 or 7 at that point. So yeah, he just did a very good job with managing his experience.
What were Schmitty's levels by the end of it?
878.
I think
Wow.
pretty good levels.
That's like vanilla right there.
Oh, yeah.
I was full.
Oh, you were full?
After I had the 90. I had the 10,000 point gem that made me 874 after like my fourth gem, whatever it was. I ended up 888 out of Palace 4.
That's so sick.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't think it'd
Wow.
get to 888, but I thought it was going to be 878. So that's pretty awesome. Well, so general thoughts on this race? Zelda 2, life in general?
You know it's a good seed when you don't need to do Maze Island at all. You just
Or Death Mountain.
Yeah, like how many seeds are there where you don't bother with either items on Maze Island and you get a long time. There aren't any, so you know it's a fast one when you can skip those.
You know what's weird? I mean, your data set's a lot bigger than my data set, but when I have a 5 gem or less, I usually end up skipping Maze Island. That's like the part that I don't do. So I don't know if it's.
Yeah, that's not part of how I advise to play this game. The Maze Island, I'd like to make a beeline for Maze Island for that reason, for those items.
Speaking of, I didn't get any boots at any point. Where were the hint said west, but I never got them. Where were
It was the south side of Western, I believe. Like on the very south coast.
Okay. Was there like some cave tucked away, like in the last couple lines of, like way at the bottom or something? Because I didn't get all the way to the bottom. Maybe that was where they were.
RCS and Schmitty, I think, know where the boots were.
Yeah, they were in, I think it was Trophy Cave. It was in the west. It was very close to where you got the glove.
It was, It was in a rather ugly location, though.
It was tucked away. I think it was right on the southern border of the map, like really wedged through a 1-tile wide path.
Maybe underneath Rito, because that's
exactly.
On my hand-drawn map, that's like the one part that I didn't get to. So
Stop giving everyone. What are you doing? Okay.
What are you talking about?
Memes is messing with the items. I think it's time to wrap this up before he starts messing with something more important.
Sure, thanks, guys. Have a good one. It's been a pleasure.
I'm not going to mess with the end episode button. That's all up to you.
Thank you very much for you guys racing. You did a great job. Thank you, Memes.
Thanks for having me on the restream. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That was a good run, Sweet Love.
Thanks
for putting on the show.
The show of toilets and pooping's cool, right?
Did you all figure out the knuckle duster glove and that type of stuff that I have going?
Oh yeah, we've seen. I think you've been on stream like another once or twice.
Just once. It was the classic one where I've been kind of making waves on the classic one because it's really well suited to my sort of meticulous map making, starting from a printed out version of it. But there's a tournament going on of classic, and I'm still alive in it. I've won a couple of pretty upset games.
Hey, who did you win against, Sweet?
So I won so far against Buzz and Unos, and those. I mean, I'm gathering that I'm not supposed to have won those games, but I have this kind of built-in 10 minutes over this randomizer in the sense that I can just print out vanilla maps and mark them up, whereas I'm hand drawing everything for these kinds of randos. So that's just in terms of just the due diligence part of it. Like if there's any in weird routing, it'll just be the last unmarked things on my map, whereas the people doing it from memory are kind of screwed, more or less. So
I don't know how anyone can do a rando by memory. It's just I had to do it by map a couple of times first.
yeah,
I still
I
do.
mean,
It's just
there's a story, there's actually a history behind it, but my memory is in the bottom percentile of humans, maybe in the bottom 10th of a percentile, in fact. So I'm not a natural organizer type, but I've definitely developed these sorts of habits to account for it. And I know that there's no sense in even trying to do anything from memory. So I just have the mapping habit, due diligence, whatever you want to call it. It's getting more efficient is really the thing, but I won't really ever be able to stop
hey, so since
drawing maps.
Digshade's here, so I have a question. Is it possible to
Oh,
put,
no.
fan-created bosses with their own AI in the randomizer and set it in the vanilla game?
Vanilla game.
Or, like, put it in the randomizer for the races.
Anything's possible, man.
Put what AI
What-
in the
what
randomizer?
boss?
Make up your own fan-made boss. Not just sprite work, like a whole boss.
You could do it, yeah, but it's just a matter of getting it done.
So, in other words, could you program your own NES game? The answer is yes, you could.
But would it work with the randomizer, and would it keep the other 6? That's what I'm trying to think, like...
Oh, you're talking about adding a whole other palace.
Well, no, not a whole nother palace. I'm saying, like, you have 6 enemies that... There are 6 bosses already. Add, like, another 6. So you got a list of 12. It'll pick from any of the 12. The 6 custom and the 6 that are already from the vanilla. Is that possible? I think it is.
Here's what I think we should do. We should add 2 more bosses, and we should put Boss Guma twice on both sides of the starting palace to box you in.
Like, instead of
Yes.
Guma,
Or
can we just have
randomly
Bowser?
in a game. Just have Ball Skooma and enemy encounters, or when you're going through towns, just you have to jump over.
Can we just have, like, Bowser as a boss?
Yes.
Shooting actual fire from, like, Mario 1?
Well, it's not actual fire. It's a video game.
I still can't see the name Bowser without thinking of a fuel pump, because that's what in Australia, instead of saying like the price at the pump, they say the price at the Bowser because they're weird Australian.
Take out all the bosses except for Karok, Dick Shake says. That's pretty good. Just make Karok every enemy in the game. Why not?
You know what? If I do a sprite rework right now, I'm gonna make sure that Karok looks like a carrot.
Oh, you know what actually might be decently hard? Like, have Karok disappearing and teleporting, but like flying around like Thunderbird. That would be a mess. That would
That
So
would be
make
really
a
difficult.
thing, replace Thunderbird sprite with Karok.
Yeah, and flying around like that, doing the pendulum.
Ugh.
Oh
But then
my
again, you
God.
would have to have 2 frames for that because Thunderbird has 2 frames.
We could,
So
Make
I
a-
think I'm
make a
actually
second
gonna. I think I'm actually gonna dash here because
yeah.
Dig Shake and I have a date for classic rando in
Oh, that's happening tonight?
a bit. It is. Yep, I just confirmed that it is gonna happen.
Is there a
pretty much
restreamer?
in a few minutes.
We could-
It's in Larry's tournament, so he's doing. I think they're doing the thing where they just post reconstruct it with
What
VODs.
flag?
Gotcha.
What flag are you gonna pick?
I'm gonna turn the jump flag on. Your favorite flag, Trails.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. That's gonna be fun to watch.
'Cause I know that you just adore that flag so much, and you wish that we could play with it every time. So but I'm gonna run and go.
Absolutely, man.
Well,
Thanks
good
for
luck,
your
Steve.
time.
Good
Say
luck,
again, please.
and thanks for the race. GG.
Thanks. I'm gonna need the good luck this time against the creator himself, but we'll see. Take it easy. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome, man.
Have a good night, man. GG.
Nightcrawler, one of these days we're gonna get a 3-hour run,
Yeah. I
and it's
think
gonna be brutal.
our first
And we'll
Our
blame
first one-
Dick Shake for it.
our first one hit KO run, I think, had some people finishing after 3 hours.
Well, that's an acceptable time.
And you and I, well, actually, you sniped me because I had game over at Dark Link, but like, we finished around 90 minutes.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how I didn't die at Dark Link because I always get hit by him. So
I don't know. Dark Link's semi-scripted, I guess. I don't know. But with one hit KO, you can't afford any.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It had my heart pounding. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I bet you. I had my heart pounding and then crushed when I died. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose now.
Oof. Well,
we have an end episode button.
We do, but we can tell them about the schedule coming up. On Speed Gaming 1, we've got some Link to the Panda Randomizer daily races. Spoiler open, so I guess they find out. Yeah. Well, but if they were reading, they wouldn't be watching a race.
Exactly.
They would just...
They're watching a screen. Just let them read, and then you read it out loud to them, okay?
Once upon a time, there was a Speed Gaming 3, and it was...
Oh, no.
that was us.
No, that's the worst story ever.
Alright, Speed Gaming 4
They live happily ever after the end.
Alright, good night, everybody. Wind Waker's on Speed Gaming 4, and Super Metroid is pretty soon on Speed Gaming 2.
You hit the end button already, didn't you?
No, now I have.
Aww.